Hello everyone, I'm starting the campaign play along for the Circle Undone, and I'm doing Return to actually, and I want to talk about my two investigators that I'm playing. True, not true solo. This is two-handed solo, so it's just me, and this is my first time doing this. I did do a test recording of the prologue, and now I want to actually play a real game because the prologue is, it's interesting. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it's more fun to play the actual game with the actual rules and with an actual deck. So let's look at the actual decks I'll be playing with. I chose Tommy and Joe as my two investigators, as kind of a little undercover cop theme. Going to have them try to infiltrate the lodge. That is the plan. I don't think this is the world's strongest team for this particular campaign, and maybe not the Return to either. Especially with a limited card pool. So we're only playing for the campaign play along with the cards from the revised core set, the Investigator starter decks, the Return to Night of the Zealot, and then the Circle Undone and Return to the Circle Undone. You can pick investigators who are not from those sets, of course, but the cards themselves need to come from just those few sets. So options are a little limited, and I'm going to be playing Tommy as the fighter, and hopefully will be tanking as best he can incoming horror for both of them, since they both have only, well, 8 health and 6 sanity. And I think the horror will be a little bit of a challenge, and potentially the damage as well, with some of the kind of nasty treacheries that Return to the Circle Undone has. So we'll see. Joe, of course, will be the Clover. He is normally an okay fighter, and he can hold his own. Circle Undone is notorious for splitting up the investigators from time to time, so I think that will be okay. Because we're dealing with a limited card pool and get a lot of cards from Harvey Walters' Investigator deck, this means that Joe can play big hand, try to have as many cards in hand as possible, pretty okay. With Laboratory Assistant, will increase his hand size to 10, so that's the plan. Got some tomes in Joe. We'll be having some more tomes later. Arcane Enlightenment will help with that. And there is a particular story asset that comes along in this campaign that is also a tome, so this might be okay. Tommy, kind of the usual couple of guns. Becky got a couple enchanted blades. No way of finding the weapons, though. No backpack, no prepare for the worst, so we're a little bit hopeful that the mulligan turns up a weapon. That's kind of his deal. He doesn't really have access to many of the good soaking cards for damage. Something worth fighting for is from the Circle Undone, so that'll be kind of it. But as far as his ability, where if you have a card with damage or horror on it that's defeated, then you get those as resources. I don't know how often that's going to actually happen. We'll see. Act of Desperation is a way to empty out or throw off a gun or enchanted blade that's no longer has any charges or ammos on it. That will be another way to get some cash. And that's it. We'll see if Interrogate works, or Evidence, to pick up a few clues. The weakness that I rolled for him, Amnesia, is not great, but I don't really expect him to have too many cards in hand anyway, so way better that he got it than Joe did. Joe picked up Haunted, which is thematic for this particular campaign anyway, so sure, why not? Joe's Hunch deck, which is interesting, has a number of ways of getting clues as well as drawing cards, and Delay the Inevitable always goes in the Hunch deck. It'll be one way to avoid some incoming damage or horror. Notably, the big issue here is that neither of them have very high willpower or agility, both of which are tested all the time from the encounter deck. So You know, I'm a little sick of playing investigators that are well tuned to a particular campaign. So here is my chance to play two investigators that might struggle a little bit, so we can focus a little more on how to best play around weaknesses of a particular investigator or a team. And now we get to find out what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the images here, and we can do a little bit more setup in the campaign. So there's actually quite a bit to do here. So for our campaign play along, I've already set up some things, but for our campaign play along, we will be playing with a tarot reading. And I put the tarot cards out here already, and I may need to just sort of zoom in a little more so we can look at them. What I need to do is reverse 4 of them. So if you've not played with the tarot cards before, there's a particular reading on these cards. So the Hierophant, which is the one for the first scenario, during the first willpower test each investigator performs each round, they get +1 willpower. Really nice for encounter cards, although some encounter cards just sit and play. But I can choose to reverse this. I need to reverse 4 of them, and let's see, how do I do that? This way. It's the opposite, right? -1 willpower. So I just need to choose what to do. My hunch is this one stays upright. Let's look at the others to see if anything else jumps out. The next one is the Sun. First turn, 2 more actions or 2 fewer actions. The Tower, either you remove a basic weakness or you put a new one in for that game. You know, the 2 weaknesses they have aren't terrible, but you know, this isn't just ignore this. You get an extra one, and that could be bad. This is for the secret name. This is scenario 3, which is the one that is kind of long, so you might very well see all the weaknesses. Wages of Sin, +1 sanity or -1 sanity. This is not the world's best scenario in the game, and is one in which you might want to resign fairly early anyway. So this one, to me, is a good candidate to just say, I'll take the sanity down to 5 each, and just hope to survive a few turns. That might be a bad idea, but I'm inclined to do that. Strength. When the game begins, each investigator may play an asset from their hand at -2 cost, or no assets. This is kind of an interesting one. So this is for the greater good. How much do I need assets? Let's look back at those decks again real quick. I mean, they are fairly asset heavy. I mean, 14 and 15 apiece. -2 on each is pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Let's see what the next one is. It is the Empress. During each agility test, you get +1 or -1. This is Union and Disillusion. Again, their agility is not too hot to begin with, so this makes you wonder if this is worth tanking or not. This is a scenario in which you're likely to get some agility tests anyway, so putting it up 1 more versus -1 is good. You know, remember again, it's not just ignore it. You have to either, it's a swing of 2, right? Either you have 4 agility, or either you have 1 agility, I think, for both of these investigators, or you have 3. I know failing is bad, but it's not actually about, I mean, you're going to fail probably one way or another, but that's not exactly it. You'd be -2 to various skill tests in this particular scenario that involve more than just agility. So I'm tempted to put that one up. This one, Judgment, replace a skull with a 0, or the other way is you will replace the +1 with a skull. I'm not too scared of that. I'll put that one. In fact, I'm just going to do it now this one is going to get reversed. And the last one is each investigator not defeated during this game may remove 1 trauma, or if you are defeated, you get an extra trauma. This is scenario 8. It's reversed. There's really no reason to not reverse that one. So that leaves us with the other 6. So I need to pick 2 more that I don't want. And I think we're just going to do the sanity one. That makes a lot of sense. I really would like the +1 willpower here. Again, it's not tested that much, but you know, a 4 might be a lot better than a 2 for Tommy. Joe might get a +1 for the Hawkeye folding camera already, so again, a 4, much better than a 2. It's tricky though, because generally in Arkham Horror you want to play to your strengths and not try to shore up weaknesses, but this may not be the campaign where you have that luxury. If you have a team that can cover various stats, then I might say okay, but I think I want to leave that one up, and well, we'll see how it goes. The 2 actions, so just losing 2 actions at the beginning of the game, you know, it's helpful, but on the other hand, and there's a little bit of a clock on this particular scenario where you need to move somewhat quickly, but you know, this is a pretty good candidate to reverse to keep the other ones upright. The weakness one, it's a long scenario. It would not be the world's worst thing to remove the basic weakness. And my other options are strength, no assets. I mean, you can still do things like move and take a test. I'm not sure that's the game that these investigators want to play, though. And there's the foot, the agility one. All right, I think we're going to lose the 2 actions in the second scenario. Yeah, so it doesn't show up, I know, on this, but it'll be this one. 2 fewer actions to take. I think that's okay, because normally you get 3. Getting 1 is probably fine. Well, we'll see what happens. All right, so let's make sure we got the right number. We've got the, let's get the right color on here. I'm just going to draw an up or a down. So this one is up, and this one is down. This one is up. This one is reversed. This one is up. This one is up, and then the last 2 are down. You know, it's kind of okay to get the last 2 that are, well, certainly the last one here, but the last few, you're kind of, depending on how the campaign is going, I may eat my words on this, end of the campaign, you're usually kind of a good spot no matter what, as long as you have enough XP. All right, so did I get 4 and 4? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that is how we're going to do that. So I will take a copy of this and have to remind myself every time that we always have +1. I'm just going to stick it here. I may need that space later for all the treacheries, but we'll see. All right, other setup. I chose to reject my fate, so you know, maybe, again, not the world's best idea. We've got 2 Elder Thing tokens in here, so some extra -3s, which the -1s would have been better, but make things a little more interesting. Let me go ahead and copy those over as well in front of my investigator cards so I don't forget. I'll put them, maybe one there and one here. Joe needs to set up his hunch deck. This was from the prologue. We start at 0 damage and 5 resources. All right, hunch deck works like this. I need to pick 11 insight events, including unsolved case, and they go into a separate hunch deck. So I think these are all the insights I have, including unsolved case. So let's go ahead and pick what we need. All right, usually working hunch gets to stay. Get the new revised art here. Unsolved case, processor sketches will stay. So it's a -2 cost, and so usually you want something at 2 or more, or is a fast ability. We'll keep the extensive researches. Unfortunately, I don't get the level 1 versions ever. These are just the level 0s from Harvey Walters. I think they'll be okay. If I can play a big hand, if I can have 8, 9 cards in hand, and these only cost, almost 2, I suppose. We'll see. These will stay. Crack the Case does not stay. And I think that might be 11. Nope, that's 13. Gotta take 2 more out. Burning the Midnight Oil doesn't need to be in here. Connect the Dots is kind of awkward in here. But there's no particular advantage for Burning the Midnight Oil to be in here. So I'll take those out. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I get more other insights, that may change, but I think this will be the hunch deck for a while. So that'll be here. Okay. And I reveal the top card of my hunch deck at the beginning of the investigation phase. Not at the beginning of the turn, it has to be the beginning of the investigation phase. So I'm going to go ahead and take opening hands before I reveal any locations. Technically, with 2 different investigators, you don't get to look at each other's hands, but that's the way we'll do this. I'll mulligan one at a time though. Okay, so let's go ahead and take 5 cards for Joe. Steadfast could be good at the beginning. I don't think I need a 1-2 punch early, although it might be good for dealing with an enemy, so maybe I do pick it. Fingerprint Kit I can at least afford. This is a pretty darn good opening hand. I'm not really looking for anything in particular other than maybe like the Lab Assistant or Dr. Milan, so maybe let's try to pick an ally up. Curiosity, Deduction. Still pretty good. Alright. Tommy. Guard Dog. Evidence, pretty good. Emergency Cash, Safeguard, not so important yet. Enchanted Blade. Okay, I got a weapon. Notably, I can't have either of his, 2-handed weapons and the Enchanted Blade out ever, since no Bandolier in this campaign. Alright, let's dump the Safeguard. Money is good at the beginning. Guard Dog is pretty good to have. If I pick up an enemy early, this is pretty good. I'm not sure what Tommy's going to do anyways if he doesn't have an enemy. I'll try to find a low shroud location or something. Alright, what do we got? Leather coat. Excellent. Alright, let's go check our campaign guide and see if there's anything that I forgot. Alright, I think I have the 5 Witch-Haunted Woods. I did that already. So as a reminder, we are lost and separated, so I cannot enter locations in front of other investigators. So we've got a nice little line here we can draw. Those are Tommy's locations, these are Joe's. And I'll get rid of that later, but this is kind of the way things start out. And otherwise, everything else is connected to each other in front of your space. So I'll just start at the location in front of me. There's one, and here you go, Joe. All right, let's check our agendas. Anything? Okay, that we'll worry about later. Anything here? And return to nothing at the beginning of our scenario. So I need at the end of the round I can spend 4 clues, and we've got 8 on the agenda. Let's shuffle the encounter deck so I don't forget. I think I already have the right stuff in the chaos bag. Yeah, so I'll just arrange things so we sort of see. I think there's an app for this that I'll do on a later recording, but well, that didn't work. Anyway, there's the skulls are minus. Oh, I don't want to be on hard or expert. We're playing on standard. Okay, skulls are -1, which is good, and the other things are -3. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards or tokens in the bag that are a -3 or worse. I guess 5 with the auto fail included. So 5 out of 15, if I'm not up by 3, are failures. So that's a third of the bag. So being up just one more than that will convert 3 of those tokens back to successes. I don't know if I can always pull that off, but we'll see. Okay, let's take a look at what I can do. This location. First, when I discover the last clue, I have to get a hex out of the discard pile. This is a good location for Tommy because I can go up 2 and just, hope for the best. We don't have Haunted yet. And then here for Joe, cannot investigate when I have between 3 or 10 resources. I think I can put down a fingerprint kit and just do it. Okay, so I always just play Delay the Inevitable. There's no reason not to because it doesn't cost me anything. So I'll go ahead and start with Joe, and I will put out a fingerprint kit for 4 resources. Action 1, Action 2, exhaust, and I am at what now? I'm at 5 to 2. So that should be fine. -3. And there's nothing, yeah, just if I fail. All right, excellent. That was action number 2. I got nothing else to play, so let's just move on to the next location. Can't investigate while I have between 3 and 5 cards in hand. And I can discard a card for someone else to draw one to get down to 2 cards, or vice versa. All right, I'm not too concerned about that. Move on to Tommy. I mean, I can get some clues, but it's probably better for me to stick some cards down instead. So let's go ahead and put out an emergency cache for 8. What was the other one? The other one was the resources. Yeah, okay. So that's one action. I think the weapon is the most important thing for 3. And I mean, I guess why not? Cool. Go ahead and upkeep. Lucky. And Encyclopedia. All right. So we'll go up to our agenda. We got 1 of 8, and we'll take encounter cards. Who's the lead investigator? Let's make it Tommy. An enemy. Revelation, discard the top 2 cards in the encounter deck. If this effect causes the encounter deck to run out of cards, that's not going to happen. Oh gosh, Frozen in Fear. I forgot that this is not, there's no replacement for this card in Return to Circle Undone. There is in some other campaigns. Alright, now go back and Joe gets a card. Despoiled. After he succeeded a skill test. And alright, so I could test this at 3 all, but I'm not going to, of course. To the inevitable, I can spend 2 resources to keep this around. What am I doing on this turn? I'm just investigating, huh? I can keep this one more round. Why not? Well, I know why not. I might draw another one in a second. Or I might draw my weakness. There's really nothing that I need to pay for, though. That's pretty foolish. Okay, beginning of the investigator phase. I can draw 3 cards. Wonderful. That's exactly what I want to do. So I will go first, and as Joe, let's go ahead and play this for nothing and draw 3. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I think there's a widget for this I'll pick up later. So I've got plenty of cards here. So I can take my second action to fingerprint kit. Again, I'm up 5 to 3. +1. I could end. Yeah, I mean, I could certainly spend the clues and move on. Let's play the laboratory assistant for 2. That draws me 2 cards. And I have quite a few cards in hand, which is exactly how I want this to go. I've got 9, so I'll have 10 at the beginning of the next round. Cool. This is just gonna sit here. Tommy. Tommy has to kill a witch. I've got the enchanted blade, so I can do that. I'm not really sure how many actions I want to spend killing this. If I'm gonna have 5 to 3 no matter what. Might have something bigger to hit later. Can always use the guard dog. Yeah, let's just go up 3. -3. All right, actually I was up 4, right? 1, 2, 6 to 2. Yep. Anyway, see ya. Do I want to waste evidence here? Yep. And for my second action, let's just investigate. At 3, 2, 1, I get a clue. That's a tough one. Third action, I might want to put down the leather coat. Or I can gamble and get another clue here. Let's gamble. -1. Okay, things are going pretty well so far, but that can change very quickly. No enemies, so we go into upkeep. All right, choose and discard all but 1 card. I'm gonna keep that lucky. I think it's a good thing that I did not play the leather coat. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Okay, another ally. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. I have a max of 10 because of Lab Assistant. Cool. All right, time to have some other stuff happen. 2 of 8. Rotting Remains. Okay, I have 4 to 3. Again, the Hierophant gives me +1. -2. All right, so I could take. So I could take 1 horror. There's no reason not to do that. Impending Evils. Okay, this is the replacement for Ancient Evils. There's really no reason not to take the horror and the damage, because otherwise it can surge, and that's not great. All right, I didn't spend my clues at the end of the round, so I will just have to wait another round to do that. That was perhaps a little silly, because now Joe doesn't have anything to do. Oh well, that was my fault. Delayed the inevitable. Okay, I will play that for a fast ability, and I suppose I can see if I can get anything else down here. So I could play his gun. Well, I can't because it costs 4. Could try the encyclopedia. Could get higher education down. Don't really have the resources to take advantage of that, though. Well, I might as well put it out and then take a resource. So those will be. Well, I could test this 3 to 3. That seems silly. I could commit a card to it. Sure. Let's try to get rid of this thing. So instead of taking the resource, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 7 or more cards. This is going to give me +3, so I got 6, 2, 3. -3. All right. Tommy can move around. I suppose I could get that hex right back. I have no reason to do that, so we'll come and get it sometime later in the game. Let's move for 1 action. Okay. Really no reason for me to get clues there. I'll throw a card. And, well, might as well reveal all the locations. Ah, this is where I should have gone first. Another one-tried location. All right. I will upkeep and then we'll spin the clues. Okay. So we have to spend 4. I'll take all of them from Tommy. And 1 from Joe. All right. It's the end of the round. I advance. So I believe, if I have the rules right here, this is still the end of the round. The beginning of the next round doesn't happen until I do the Mythos phase. I believe that's right. It's not clear to me exactly what happens when you advance the act at the end of the round. I believe the beginning of the round doesn't start until this is finished. Okay, each investigator must randomly choose one of the set-aside Arkham Woods locations. We're going to stick the return 2s in here as well. Return to Devour below, just for fun. We also need some of these. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we randomly choose one of these for each, and then we have to go there. Here you go, Tommy. That's yours. And Joe, you get to go here. Cannot cancel or ignore card or game effects, and each encounter card you draw gains peril. Probably doesn't mean anything right now. Investigated using agility. Yeah, that's not going to happen. All right. Now I get a set-aside goat spawn, and I'll have to test willpower 3. I'm not going to test agility 3. Okay, and if I fail, it's engaged with me. If I don't fail, then it's exhausted. So, Tommy first. And the reason why it matters that this is the end of the round is that I think I'm just 3 to 3. Actually, I mean, yeah, I think they both used their willpower boost this round, so we're just going to go with that. Okay, so Tommy, 3 to 3. -3. Here you go. Joe, 2 to 3. If you fail, choose an exhausted or damaged. Nope, no witches. All right. Shockingly, we have 2 enemies to deal with. So I believe that's the end of that round, and now we add 1, 2. Oh, let's read the rest of this. Shuffle one of the set-aside copies of Demonic Piping into the encounter deck. The other 2 go into the discard pile. So 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, and hopefully we don't see this guy. Shuffle. Okay, so we added 3, and now we take some more counter cards. Unhallowed Land. This will kill off my guard dog, so I may consider using Lucky on it, even though that seems a little ridiculous. -2, so that is 5. So I can turn over 5 cards and hope that there isn't a curse among them, or I can turn over 3 cards and hope that there isn't a curse among them. Well, I'll get the 1 resource back, I suppose, so that's not the world's worst thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was just 1 curse, but it was one of the first 2, so that's the way it goes. So one horror there, I get a resource, and it gets shuffled back into the deck. That's Tommy's ability. I also get a direct horror. Not great. Distant voices. No assets or events. That is a big problem because exactly what I needed to do was play an event. Cool. End of the Mythos phase. I was not dealt damage and or horror. So those are my two delay the inevitables. What am I going to play if I can't play any of these cards? I'm just going to go 4-3 3 times. I can't evade. I can spend the clues, I believe, and get some help from Tommy. So I just need to spend 2 clues. That may be what I have to do. But do I take the resources or not? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to spend the resources and keep that out there. Working a hunch. Sure, let's take a clue. Alright, let's spend 2 clues to advance the agenda, and maybe Tommy can help out a little. Alright, re-enter the scenario. Investigators may now enter locations in front of other investigators. So we still have to follow the rules of what's connected to what. So I believe that Tommy would have to go from here to here and then up to help out. Because these are connected to each other, but not to the ones over here. Alright, we're in a little bit of a bind. Mostly because of the dissonant voices. Otherwise, we're okay. Okay, let's go Tommy first, and then see if I can at least come over and engage or something. I don't know. All right, so what we need to do is we need to. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get over unless I take a bunch of damage. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything about that. Okay, let's do a +2, so 6, 2, 3 attack. Right, that gets 2 damage. Excellent. Let's do one more at 5, 2, 3. Okay, I get punched back, and I'm going to have to do one more. Our first auto fail. I believe I have to take a horror from that. Okay, Joe. This is why we have to delay the inevitable out. The problem is I just can't do enough damage without playing in an event. I'll take the clue though. Yeah, this isn't helpful. What kind of icons do I have to commit? I'd rather not get rid of this. Could commit this. Basically just says I'm never going to play it. Probably true. So let's go for one at a +2. So 6, 2, 3. Sure. Let's go one more at 4 to 3. Okay. Get dinged. And I'll commit Steadfast for, I think 3 icons. So 7, 2, 3. Well, I did that in the wrong order. Okay, enemy phase. I will, I guess I'll discard this. Maybe worse what's going to happen next, but I'd rather use it up. And then we get upkeep, Haunted. Okay, that will be useful. Go ahead and get rid of this. And we going to add another to the Doom. We're at 4 of Okay, great. Have some more work to do. I mean, it's good to get the enemies on the side over here, but okay, demonic piping. So this surges, and this just sticks next to the agenda. Let me take another card. Rotting remains. Well, joke's on me on that previous discussion of, well, they're not to throw away. Delay the inevitable. All right, I've got 3 to 3 though, and I can take the horror for now. Do I hang on to this? What else do we have to throw away? Yep, we'll go up 4 to 3. Okay, every point matters. So -3 is just taking 2 horror. I can do that for now. Okay, get rid of this. Oh, and it was -1 actually from Haunted. So I guess I'll be taking another horror. Lab assistant. I think your time has come. And is that right? 1, 2, 3, right? I was at 3 to 3, -3, I put 3 horror. I think I just put 2 here. And yeah, because there haven't been any other sources of horror so far. Okay, well, this is the awkward part where I can use 1-2 punch, but that seems ridiculous. I just need to do 1 damage, but I'm at just 3 to 3 with Haunted. I mean, that's hilarious. I don't see how that's going to ever happen, but it would be kind of funny if I had Encyclopedia out. I would do that without this enemy here. Okay, Tommy. +2 fight and +2 evade, I believe. Let's look. I think there's 2 witches in here. Yep. So this is a tricky enemy. So 4 fight. Yeah, this is where evasion can be very helpful. Okay, here we go. We're at +2, so we're at 6 to 4, and I will not be committing anything. Cool. Retaliate? Oh yeah. I might be dying here. So I'd love to put down the gun, which I could do, but then I'll take another 2 damage, and then I still can't even get rid of her. So that autofail just really messed me up. Okay. I really can't do anything else. I'm just going to have to take it. I wish I had something else to commit, but I don't. So I'm only up 5 to 4. That's very bad. +1. I mean, it's kind of odd. Like, do I just forfeit my last action here? Because I can't kill her. We're going to go again. -4. Well, that was a mistake. I will take 2 damage. I'm going to get hit again, and I will need some help. Alright, back here. Going to commit the Encyclopedia to be up 1 at 4 to 3. That's a failure. I'm going to take a damage. Going to go again. Okay, cool. Take a horror. And my last action is going to have to be I mean, I could stupidly investigate here and get a 0. Or maybe I just need to move just so I can get over here. I mean, how many clues do we need? Probably another 4, right? Nope, we need 6. They're all over on the other side of the map. Alright. Well, maybe I can move over. I think I can move from here to... Oh yeah, I can move from here over to one of these locations. That's... Well, it doesn't make any difference. It's the same. So I'll do that. Okay, we'll move here. And hopefully I get a softball encounter card. Okay. 5 of 8. Despoiled. Frozen in fear. So what I can do is Joe can move up and do 1-2 punch. I think that's the only thing that will save us. That's a problem, but I don't have any way of doing more than a couple damage. Anything to commit? If you succeed, you may fight the enemy again. So I'll be at 4-4. Oh, those witches in the counter deck make it very, very hard. But at least he's got some sanity. I could just engage and take the hit. Probably the best thing to do. So I need to shuffle this back from last time, and okay. Under another universe, I could, yeah, all right. I'll play this. Okay, first action, move up here. Cost me 2 because of Frozen in Fear, and then I will engage. And I'll have to take the hit. All right, let's test 3 versus 3. Only 2 versus 3. I think this is not worth having. So I'll commit one thing. So I'm up 1. No, I'm at 3 versus 3. Is this worth doing? Yes. Okay, I'm at 2 versus 3. Hey, an auto fail. Right when we needed 1. 1, 2. Okay. Sure. Okay, this is the enemy management here is going a little poorly. All right, first action, I will be putting down the Thompson. So I can get rid of the Haunted, or I could take a whack. So what's this going to give me? This is going to give me 6-4. Actually pretty good. Let's do it. 6-4. Hey. Okay. Okay. That was action 2. In action 3, I wish I could play this, but I cannot. But it's actually the damage that's hurting me right now. let's go ahead and encounter card you draw. No, that's not ones that we drew. Okay, let's take a resource. Hallowed Mirror. Wonderful. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Too many in my hand. Think we don't need this. I thought about this, but not yet. 6. Strangely, we've got a lot of the scenario left to go. Blind. Increase the cost of each card you play. Fine. Trespasser. I have 1. So this is a test of 3. I have 2. Take 2 damage or 2 horror. And do I commit the curiosity to this one? Sure. This is going to be, I got 7 cards, so this is plus 3. So I've got 2 to 2, 5 to 2. All right. I need to get rid of this thing. But I also need to see what this is. Sure. Okay, this will work. Let's do fingerprint kit for my last action. So I get +1, so I'm at 5 to 3. And I'll get rid of one of you. 6 to 3. Well, all right. I got a test Frozen Fear. I've got 1 to 3. Man, this would have been very good. Yeah, I'll show that back in a second. All right. Tommy can attempt to get rid of these. Probably going to put out the Hall of Mirror instead, though. Let's try to get rid of this one first. So I've got 4. Let's make it 5. -1. That's action 1. Action 2 is the Hollowed Mirror for 2. I get one of these, and the other 2 go in the deck. And I will play it for my 3rd action. I think the biggest issue is the damage. I think. I feel much better about the damage being away. Draw card. Okay. Physical training. Laboratory systems. 7 of 8. Vice and villainy. Okay. Probably the Thompson. Wait, when is the encounter gonna 7? Ah, man. Oh, this kind of sucks. Okay, I have to use up the other soothing melodies before I have another Thompson, though. I mean, ideally we get like the Act of Desperation or something. Problem is, what I'm going to draw here is the one that makes me discard cards on the top of the encounter deck. So I think we don't have the resources to play another Thompson yet. We'll attach it to the Hollowed Mirror. Sucks. Okay. Hey, got this again. All right, let's try to pull off the thing I was going to do before. So let's do deduction. I'd like to be up 3. I've got 5. I can commit this to be 6. Cool. I've done it. Got 2 clues. And now I can play this. Pick up. Is it from one location? A lower shroud? Okay, then I'll take it from here. Get 2 more clues. And we can advance. So these were committed. That was 1 action. I can just move and test, I suppose. Let's see. I mean, I can get help. Yeah, not really. Test at 3 to 3. I'll move down here. 3 to 3. Nope. Right? I got the clues and moved? Yeah. Okay. On to the Witch Haunted Woods. Or, yeah, I guess I can move here. I can also move there and get the clues. I'd love to find the silly melodies before they go away. Also probably need to put this down. Yeah, let's do this. And let's do this test at 4 to 3. Nope. An overpower and a deduction. Now I need to flip this over. Discard all but the last 5. Yoink. Investigator with the most cards in his play area must draw the topmost which enemy in the encounter discard pile. I wonder which one that is. Most cards in the play area. This is not the threat area. I only got 2. Got 3. So I guess I'll be fighting this priestess again. Okay. Anything else happen? No. We continue on our merry way, which is probably going to be the aligned. Okay. Fine. Ah, there's the third one. Top 2 cards. Okay, the last one is indeed an hallowed land. What do we got? Extensive research. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to cost me 4. Not sure I want to do that. Lab assistant or Milan? Alright, I need to get rid of you though. And I believe I have to go after Tommy does. So, Tommy old boy, let's try to shoot a witch. I got 6 to 2. No, 6 to 4. Okay, 2 damage. I can save a bullet and use overpower. Basically the same thing. 6 to 4. And did it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Good thing. Alright, how about this Coven Initiate? Wait, that was 2 actions, right? I got a 3rd action. I think you'd like to go somewhere else. You can also spend the darn clues, but I'd like to get rid of the I would love to get rid of these victory point locations. Let's go down here. This is gone, right? Okay. I think I can play 1-2 punch now. So I got 5-2-2. -1. I may fight again at 6-2. -3. See ya. Okay, that was 2 actions. And for my third action, let's try to get a clue. At 4-3. I'm going to play the Lab Assistant, which might be better. Yeah. The Hawkeye folding cameras. Okay, fancy seeing you here. Upkeep. Another Enchanted Blade. And we'll go up to 1 of... Alright, so now I'm going to have to, unfortunately, get rid of those Soothing Melodies. Unhallowed Land. I'm just going to get the Direct Horror here. Actually, no, because I'm not going to be... If there's nothing in the encounter deck, I believe I need to reshuffle it now. So, unfortunately, discard 5. Or... no curses. Okay. I gotta do this test, though. I got 4-3. Okay, so this goes away. I'm pretty sure that happens after the encounter deck reshuffles, but who knows. And Silly Melodies have been removed from the game. They don't ever come back. Howled Mirror does go in the discard pile, though, for some reason. Something else to fight. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. I don't know if I did that last time I pulled the Witch. I think I did. I think it was 1 left. Or maybe not, but I can't remember now. A lot of text on these cards. Hey, the unsolved case. I'm going to have to play this. Which means Tommy needs to probably come over here and shoot a Witch. Otherwise, I will not have... I mean, I could, I just don't... I can't fight. So Tommy could get a clue here. What's the topmost hex? This one. Not so bad. Increase the cost you play. Did I do that before? Okay. Let's try to get this clue. I'm at 3. -1. I got it. I'll take the hex. So now the blind... No. This is active. I don't think I have this yet. After I succeed, when you discover... Oof, which happens first? Drawing or the forced effect? After I succeed, probably I would say that should happen first. And then the result of the skill test is pick up the clue. But, you know, timing arc and harm. Alright, action 2, move. Action 3, I'm going to try to do this at 6-2-3. -2. Alright, even if I had to the other one, I still would have passed. You're gone. Action 1, I gotta remove this from the game. Action 2. I can investigate. At 4 to 3, I really just want to pick up this clue, and then we can spend. Is it at the end of the round I can spend? No, just whenever. Well, I'm not doing it now. Okay, 4 to 3, I will dump something. Probably the fingerprint kit. Up 2. Nice. And then I will take a resource. And then I got 3 to 3. Don't think I'm playing this, so I'm up 5 to 3. Hey! Awesome. I can return an insight to the bottom of the hunch deck. Basically, it's always going to be this one. It's the best one. And I'm no longer present here. Okay, we'll spend at the beginning of the next round. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. Humming along a little bit. I think I've been doing this correctly. I hope I haven't missed a doom, but you know, try my best. Dissonant voices. No assets or events. Rotting remains. Okay, I got 3 to 3. I can toss a Hawkeye folding camera. I can toss 2 Hawkeye folding cameras. So I'm at 5. Plus 1. Okay, I can pick up those other clues. If only I hadn't... Yeah, alright. Nah, it's not worth it. Alright, let's spend 6. So I have 2 left. And we will advance. This puts the Witch's Circle into play in front of no investigators. And lead investigator spawns associated net Mason at the Witch's Circle. So let's find her. So she spawns, Tommy spawns her there. And I can just go kill her. 8 HP. Okay, after the enemy phase begins, discard the top 3 cards until you get, if you get a witch, then there you go. So I can just end it by killing her, getting all the clues off, or this other special thing from return 2, which is not going to happen. Okay. So Joe just needs to go get those last 2 clues. Encyclopedia is not a bad choice here to just help out Tommy. Problem right now is the despoiled is very difficult. So I could... Who's got the higher agility? Nope, no one. That's not going to happen. I mean, maybe with the lucky, I could go up to 4, draw -2, and then exhaust, and then get rid of one of these or 2 of these. Or I can just spend my turn trying to get rid of them. It's not the world's worst idea. What happens when we put Doom on this for every witch that's there? I don't know if we have that much time. Could just take her for, let's see, 1, 2, 1 and 1 for 4 rounds while I get all the clues. Could also play the Occult Lexicon and just draw a bunch of cards and get, I only need to do 8 damage. That's, how many of these, oh, I don't, well, 1, 2, that's 4. And I gotta put down the Thompson. It's theoretically possible. The second one is just going to be very hard to succeed at. And that's sort of the problem. Come in with the Occult Lexicon at the end. Yeah. Okay, this is going to get me an enemy if I get the last clue. What's the topmost enemy? Just a Covenant initiate. Okay, I think Joe's going to do that. Move 1. Deduction. I'm at 5-1. And we will spawn. You don't draw it, you just spawn it. So I don't think you do the Revelation effect. That's engaged. And I can do a punch. Worry about the goats coming out also. Punch at 4-2. I don't think I'm going to use this. Alright, there's 1 damage. So Tommy, come help out. I mean, this would be pretty weird, right? I could evade, move, evade at 2-2, and get rid of another one. I can't, I have to engage it. Okay. But we're just going to punch at 4-2. Okay. And one more action is attempt to do one of these. Maybe this one. 4-3. No, 4-4. Ah, crap. I can't play anything. Nah, let's get rid of this one. 4-4. Okay. End of the investigator phase. Beginning of the enemy phase. Move each ready witch. Nope. Enemy phase begins. Card cost top 3. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3. And then upkeep. Okay. Get rid of this. And then at the end of the round, we put 2 doom. 1, 2, and then 3 for the next thing. And we pull encounter cards. Frozen in Fear. That's terrible. Unhallowed Land. You know, that's okay. Discard 5. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where the hell are those goats? Curse? Yeah. Goats are going to make some things really hard. Okay. 1 here. I'll put 1 here. Alright, so I just have to move and shoot. Yeah. Action 1. Move. Action 2. Oh boy. Do I shoot her? Otherwise I can get an extra doom if I don't do that. Boo. I think the Occult Lexicon's coming out. So we're going to shoot a net. I've got 4, 6-4. So move and shoot. Test this at 4-3. Good. I don't think I need this. Man, did I play this correctly before? Was there a clue in my location? Who knows? Okay, move Occult Lexicon for 2, and I put a Bloodright in, and the other 2 get shuffled, and my third action will be to play a Bloodright. Draw 2 cards. Wonder where this has been all day. And discard 2. Oh, I can't. I can't do it. I need another resource. Well, that sucks. I'll do the other one next time, I suppose, if I can get enough resources. Alright, I'll discard this to do 1 damage to this witch. I think we'll be okay. Upkeep. Upkeep. Okay, Vicious Blows. Nice. No upkeep. I'm gonna take some hits. What am I doing here? Covenant Initiate hits me. Annette Mason hits me for 1. I'll take another damage. And actually, that's not even true. We need, after it begins, I've discarded the top 3. So 1, 2. Oh, good. Good God. Okay, one of the other goat spawns is in there. So add 3 more doom. And then we take encounter cards. Yep. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna just have to we're just gonna have to do all the damage to, I don't know. We're just gonna have to do all the damage. Did I spend the last resource? I don't remember. I'm gonna say that I don't think there was enough here. I think I spent 1. Okay, so I gotta go again, and we just have to get really lucky here. So we'll go with the Vicious Blow. So I'm up 3, and I think I'm gonna have to toss something else to make sure this hits. Well, maybe not. On the other hand, do I take out something else? No, we're just gonna just try to get all the damage onto Annette. So I'm up 3. -3. So that's 3 more damage. And Act of Desperation. We're gonna toss this, and I get +6. So 10. You know that was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen, folks. That was always going to happen. Only need to do 3 more damage here. Alright. That should have cost me 1, by the way. And so I can put out, I can't even put out the gun. Oh no. I'm going to save the overpower for Joe. So I could put out the Enchanted Blade, and I would take 1, 2 damage. And 1 horror. And 2 horror. I don't see why I would do that right now. I only have 1 action left. Alright, I'm going to toss it to be up 5-4. I think this physical training as well. 6-4. Yes, I will take a horror here, defeat this, and I'll take 3 resources. And 6. Okay. Okay, your turn, Joe. Time to fight. Oh man, I guess I should have put that other damage onto a Net Mason. That would have made much more sense. Well, I'm just taking fight actions here. I've got no icons to commit, so I'm going to have to get lucky here. So I'm up 2. All right, that's 1. Tommy gets a card. And I can keep committing. Up by 1. Oh, we've done it. We've done it. It's a +1, and that's 8 damage. Oh, she should have attacked me for 1-1 for failing the act of desperation. That's fine. Didn't affect anything. All right. Although it might have affected the resources or whatever, but I wouldn't have died. Okay. Wow. I think I would have had maybe one more round. No, 1, 2. Nah, that would have been it. I had one more action to make it work, but what resolution did we get here? R1. Oh wow, that was exciting. It really does mean something to not have any evasion, because you just need to pass the tests, and there's not much you can do otherwise. Oh, I suppose I should have reshuffled this, but that didn't make any difference. All right, cool. You know, all that stuff happens. Witch's spell was broken. I think I have a here we go. Witch's spell was broken, and we get the mesmerizing flute and something else that I forgot. Ritual components and an extra bonus XP. I think that should put us up to 8. Just make sure. Ritual components. That is tough. It may have been easier just to get the clues, but I think you need someone to evade. All right, I got 2 here. 1, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus the 2 from, or the 1 from the bonus experience from the campaign. So that's 8 and 8, and I will have to do some thinking about what to add to these 2 investigators who are just on the edge, assuming that I got all the rules correct. I'm very glad that I picked the Hierophant in the upright position, because I don't know what I would have done without the willpower boost. You know, it's going to happen later in the campaign, but I'd probably get police badge or something like that. We'll see. The decks kind of did what they were going to do. I wish I had Milan out earlier to get the resources for Joe. This was fine. I mean, I'd probably get Miskatonic University funding or something, but I really had the big hand for like part of the scenario, and then I needed to use the cards. So that's kind of what happens. Otherwise, it worked out okay. What else did I not see in here? I think I saw everything. I didn't play the extensive research, but I just wasn't in a location with 2 clues. All right, I'm gonna have to work on beefing up Tommy here. Let's just look at, for curiosity, how many auto fails we got. 3 on Tommy. 3 on Joe. That is 6 auto fails and, whoops, go back. 6 auto fails and 3 elder signs. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching.